welcome to everyone. My name is Radhika Sinha, and we are all gathered here today for a special discussion powered by Godrej Locks, a very important and timely one at that too. Every year since 2017, on the 15th of November, Godrej Locks has been furthering the conversation on home safety by celebrating Home Safety Day to make people aware of the crimes that take place and how their homes can be safe from them, be it burglaries, thefts, or petty crimes. While the conversation aims at sensitizing the common man against such activities, this year it's a bit different. This year things have taken a more serious turn. According to the Har Ghar Suraksha 2020 Safety Insights from India's police force reports, 65% of the cops foresee increase in home robberies and thefts post complete lifting of lockdown. Also, residential areas are more prone to break-ins and thefts as compared to commercial ones. But the thing is, 71% agree most people start taking home safety seriously only after they experience a break-in. Also, as per the studies, senior citizens, women, and children are the most at risk when it comes to break-ins at home. 64% of people do not adopt home safety solutions on a regular basis, making them prone to home burglaries. So, why wait for something to happen? So, well, that's all we are here for today. 15 November is Home Safety Day, and we have with us experts from various fields who each have a lot to contribute when it comes to discussing safety and protection, be it their fears, their methods, their observations, or their opinions around keeping themselves and their loved ones safe and sound. We're initiating the conversation today to lead up to Home Safety Day and create more awareness around it. So, without further ado, let me introduce our esteemed guest. We have with us PK Jain, former Additional Director General of Police, member, State Police Complaints Authority, Maharashtra. Shankar Subramaniam, President, SIS, Alarm Monitoring and Response Services. Avantika Bahaguna Kukreti, Mom Influencer and Head, Brand Alliances, Mompresso. Shah Motwani, Executive Vice President and Business Head, Godrej Locking Solutions. Now, let me start today's discussion with our mom influencer, Avantika. Avantika, as a mother, nothing is scarier than imagining your kids not being safe or your family being at risk. So, how do you deal with that kind of fear?
You start fearing the day your child is born. Actually, for little things, but while you take a lot of precautions for other things. Home safety is something that is on our minds, especially now. When we are living in a pandemic, and we all have realized that the home is the safest place where all of us can be with our loved ones. So I think it's a number one fear on the mind of every parent, especially working parents living in cities, in metros, who are both of them are out, and the child is alone at home in the care of a nanny or an elderly. That's when security and safety becomes a prime concern. And also, for me, because my daughter is in that age that I can't really keep her in a daycare also, or leave her alone. So it's important for me to keep her safe, and also train her how to be safe alone if I happen to go down to 15 minutes, because we all are working at home these days, or if I'm on a work call. So yeah, I think it's the biggest fear for parents, and that's what we also see on the insights that we get on our platform, Moms Presso.
Absolutely. And Avantika, one gets to read so much negative news these days, and it obviously gets to you, the antisocial activities going around. How does one go about in getting prepared for any sort of danger or risk to the family?
See, first of all, in any case, panic is not the answer to any problem. You have to keep a cool head. You have to be positive. You have to take all precautions. And I think for the child also, have to prep up the child as well as people around you. Simple stuff and measures like keeping a video camera, having strong locks, having a safe where you can keep your valuables. These are simple steps that all of us can take. And panic, as I said, it's better to be safe than sorry, like they say.
So now let me come to our next guest, PK Jain, former Additional Director General of Police, member State Police Complaints Authority, Maharashtra. So as per our research, 85% cops feel there is need to raise public awareness of home safety technology solutions. Now, add to that the pandemic. How has this current scenario added to the increase in theft, burglaries, and crimes? And how does the police department go about tackling such an unprecedented event?
There are two kinds of securities at home. One is the physical security, and the other one is the electronic security. We must make our homes so safe in terms of the physical security, that is, double door, as she said, then the door with a chain, and the grill should not be fitted into the woodwork. It should be into the walls, so that I have seen cases where the entire grill can be taken out in a matter of 2 minutes. And the last and but not the least is a stick, a small manageable stick which you must keep behind the door. God forbid, if somebody does enter your house, you should be in a position to give them a physical obstruction and physical resistance. These are some of the things which one can do at home. Then the robberies is the second part. Now, let me tell you one very practical solution. A thief will go to a place which is easier to access. If there's an obstruction, if you put physical obstructions in his way, he would go to another flat. He will not attack at least your flat. So these are some of the things which I think, as far as the home security part is concerned, we must teach everybody at home. And as far as the children are concerned at home, I think CCTVs are a must. I mean, there's no way that we can avoid that. And the CCTVs also should be linked to your internet. I've seen children being abused by the maids, by the servants, I mean, in the most unspeakable manner. And one more thing which I would like to suggest here is the neighborhood watch. Have some good relations with a couple of neighbors. If you are in a standalone house, maybe the next door neighbor, the bungalows close by. You can also have a system where you have an interconnecting electric bell, so that if in case that guy is in need of any help, he can ring a bell in your house and you can ring a bell in his house. Quietly the bell rings and the guy comes to your rescue, rather than giving other kind of cues of you needing a help.
Yes, yes, sir. And very, very important point said by you. Actually, I think awareness and educating people about these simple things makes all the difference. So, Sham, you heard our conversation with both Avantika and PK Jain. The fear that people have is real, and the problem that exists is also real. So, could you tell us a bit about how the whole idea of Home Safety Day came into being and the thought process behind it?
Well, I think thanks, Radhika. I think the idea was born out of the observations that we were making, and the crime reports that used to be available to us with a certain lag in terms of the number of thefts and robberies and break-ins. And we realized also that when we were talking to some of the people who are buying their new homes, we were asking them as to what are they really doing with respect to the house safety and security. I mean, you see, what happens is, take my example. I mean, if I were to buy a new flat today, if at all I was to buy a new flat today, just to illustrate the point, I would be keen to know many things which are in a way, the bells and whistles that we are looking at in a flat. You would ask the developer, what kind of marble flooring are you going to be providing? What kind of additional fittings are you going to be providing? The sanitary ware, the bathroom fittings, and the durables, and air conditioners and stuff like that. But I have for many years, I have actually done a sample study at a builder's office, at a developer's office. And I have watched, just through observation, I have watched none of the people who have come to buy a flat have ever asked, what kind of main door security are you providing, Mr. Developer?
Absolutely.
Nobody is asking this question. So we were wondering as to what is the psyche that there is operating behind a human being's mind about not really caring for safety and security. And then we launched a study, and we came up with findings which really shook us. We realized that more than 2/3 of the people are not even aware about what kind of home safety standards and solutions exist today, and what is their requirement. So we actually did a detailed research and launched a program after we launched the Home Safety Day in November 2017. A year later, when we were celebrating the first anniversary, we launched a program which we called as Har Ghar Surakshit, and we took upon ourselves the duty and donned the mantle of really promoting awareness about home safety. Because like Avantika mentioned, you see elders at home, children at home, so many things to be protected, valuables at home. You spend a bomb on buying the flat, you spend equally a big sum on doing up the flat these days. And if you're not really concerned about, and what is the price you pay for home safety as a percentage of the total value of the flat and the amount of money you spend on doing up the flat? It's just a small fraction. So we said, let's launch this initiative called Har Ghar Surakshit, and let's now take upon ourselves the duty, being the biggest and the oldest brand in this business for over 120 years now, to promote awareness about home safety and security solutions, including the modern day solutions. So I think that's the whole purpose behind really launching this initiative of Home Safety Day.
Mr. Motwani, you start educating the architects also, because architects are the deciding factor in what exactly is to be put in a flat. Cost being one of the considerations. Architects decide a whole lot of things for the developer as well as for individual homemakers.
You hit the nail on the head, Mr. Jain. Actually, many years back, we launched what is called as an architect engagement program. And what we are saying is that we would like to start with the drawing board of the architect, and actually tell him that when you are doing an architect's job of designing a new building for a developer, please make sure that you have the home safety equally important and factored in insofar as designing the home is concerned. So you're absolutely right. Even today we have a program of engaging architects, and in fact this entire program is also going out to the architects and interior designers and civil contractors as well. One of the other things that we've been telling people is that when you buy a flat from a developer, please do not use the lock that has been provided by the developer.
Yeah.
Because that lock had keys distributed to several workers who are working in your flat.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
And, a mason would come and work, a painter would come and work, a carpenter would come and work, a plumber would come and work, an electrician would come and work, the builder himself, his contractor would come and work, and there would be duplicates and triplicates of those keys available. And then he finally hands over the lock to you, the flat with the same lock.
That's right.
So the first thing you must do is change the main door. First thing, like Mr. Jain said, if the builder has not given you an additional door, make an additional door. Second is, don't persist with the same main door lock that the builder has given you fitted on the door. Please change it the moment you decide to move in. In fact, change it before you move in.
And exactly, these are such logical, simple things that, people don't pay attention to. So now let me come to our next guest, EK Jain. You have years of experience with you. Any specific ways these thieves and criminals target homes and societies, and how can one preempt and keep their societies and homes safe?
No, as I mentioned, that you have to create physical barriers for him to enter your house. And those physical barriers are in terms of a good locking mechanism for the main door, good strong doors, double door, and if possible, an alarm in which your house can be armed with, and CCTV cameras. CCTV cameras should be linked to your internet so that you can watch it from anywhere. I mean, it should not be only that there's a dabba at home and everything is getting recorded there. It's of no use. It is of use only for post-analysis of the incident. But if you want to prevent something, then maybe it has to be linked to your internet so that you can watch it from anywhere in the world. These are the things. And then, as I said, a good watchman, good system in the society, your neighborhood watch is a very important factor.
And strong locks are the first point of contact for anyone intruding. So having a good lock is important and is, I think, the first step that everyone should follow to be safe. And well, thank you, sir, for sharing these very important safety tips with us. These will definitely come in handy if at all, God forbid, we are in such a situation. And Sham, what is different this year when it comes to home safety, especially, with the pandemic and the rise in these criminal activities? So from a brand perspective, what was the urgent need for Godrej Locks to start the conversation around home safety?
You see, the point is that, if I go by what Mr. Jain rightly mentioned, while the lockdown was in force, everybody was at home. But progressively, unlock 1.0 to unlock 6.0 has happened. And people have started moving out of their homes. At least somebody is now going at least for a few days in a week, if not all days of the week. In fact, just recently I heard about a story very close to where I live, a house break-in in 6 houses at the same time in a tower of 18 stories at 2 in the morning, while people were still at home in the night, in the middle of the night. So while I think Mr. Jain is absolutely right that hit and run cases on the roads will be on the rise, but as and when we start moving out of our homes, I think it is important that we evaluate the safety solution that we have on our main doors. We launched this initiative last year when it was the second anniversary of our Home Safety Day in 2019. We launched what is called as Home Safety Assessment. What we've done is that we are running a 24/7 call center where we are encouraging citizens of this country to give us a call, to send an expert to your home through prior appointment to assess the kind of safety there is on your main door, and actually recommend to you whether the safety is good, not good, or it needs to be upgraded, and also tell you what kind of upgrades are possible these days. We are running that program. So we said it is important that in this pandemic, I think we should raise the bar and actually up the ante by spreading even more, I think, positive messaging and promoting awareness. We actually commissioned another second study, and I think you would be happy to know, and Mr. James certainly would be happy to know, that we've done a pan-India field work, market research with a recognized research agency in 12 cities amongst 460 police personnel of the rank of inspector and above the inspector rank. And these police, the people who are supposed to be guarding our neighborhood, they have told us that 85% of them are now saying this is the right time to promote awareness, because as you start moving out of your house to your normal activity in a month or so, or 2 or 3 months, you will find the cases on the rise apart from the hit and run cases. And there are many other instances that we have found. The cops are saying that people are just not concerned about their home safety and security. So this police force study that we've done is actually suggesting that 65% of the police personnel have said, we do not know of the families who are really concerned about home safety. They just don't have adequate preparation to handle a situation which will involve a robbery or a break-in in their house. So I think this report has come as a major, I think, eye-opener. There are several insights that we have gathered from this, and I think it is important that we raise the bar and keep the citizens of the country informed. I think as the largest brand, as the leading brand, I think it bestows well on us to really do this and lead this initiative. That's the reason why we are so concerned about spreading this message about safety and security of our people, of the citizens of the country and their loved ones.
But Avantika, as per our studies, independent homes are more prone to robberies than gated communities, flats, and apartments. So have you ever spoken to your kids about it? How do you prepare them and make sure that they understand the dangers? And what are the kind of rules that you have set for them?
So there's some basic rules that every house has, every parent has when it comes to safety, like not opening the door each time the bell rings first, making sure peeping out of the keyhole to see who's outside, calling an elderly or an older person. These days, because all of us are home, there are times parents are working, they might be busy in work calls and all that. In that case, also ask the person who's at the door to wait, and only ask your mom or anybody who's like an elder person in your house to come and open the door. There is this thing that all strangers are not bad, right? So you have to make sure that they don't panic, but they are safe and they are alert.
Absolutely. And how do you go around keeping your home safe? What precautions do you take for the same?
See, I have a double security door for which I have, the main door has a very like an intense lock which I bought from Godrej only, and then we have a video camera installed. We also have an app, where we can see and access. We have a CCTV in our homes because both of us are working, and my daughter used to stay at home with the nanny. Of course, situations have changed now. So lots of things that we do. The child is supposed to call each time there is a stranger on the door. The nanny also calls us first. We inform beforehand, these are the people who will be coming. These are the things that you can expect in a day. So it's better to be it's better to plan your day. It's better to be prepared, and it's also always safe to have all security measures and devices in place.
Well, home definitely is the safest place, and it should be the safest place. Yeah. So, along with working for Godrej and leading the conversation around home safety, Sham, you are also a parent and a part of this very society. So, how do you ensure that the safety of your home and your family in these precedented times is, absolutely on point?
For many years now, being in Mumbai, born in Mumbai and brought up in Mumbai, and having lived in different suburbs of Mumbai, I think clearly having a double door safety, in your flat is very important. Having very strong armed doors, almost like armored trucks, you should have armored doors, which have a physical security barrier on the main outside door and a more modern solution on the main door that you access from inside the flat. So I have today the best in class physical lock on the safety door, the multi bolt, the 5 bolt pentabolt as we call it, on the main outside door, and I have a digital door lock on my main door. And at the same time, I think we have made sure that we do not ever allow any strangers home by allowing any of the main door and the outside door being open at the same time. So we make sure that we only open one door at a time. And three, clearly we have CCTV cameras and a video door phone which tells us who's at the main door. And at any point in time, like Mr. Jain mentioned, the CCTV cameras have an internet connection and I can see it on my laptop wherever I am. And fourth, of course, is most importantly ensuring, even if, let's say, what Mr. Jain happened to mention about the wherewithal of the police force to really do a proper police check for an individual who comes from a village somewhere in the north. So police verification is extremely important, whether it is a driver or a full-time help at home or a part-time help at home. So I think some of these things are extremely important. So as a parent, one has made sure that these things are in place.
Now, moving on to our next guest for the day, Shekhar Subramaniam, President, SIS Alarm Monitoring and Response Services. Mr. Subramaniam, your life revolves around security, providing it and ensuring maximum safety. So how do you think one can, develop that mindset and incorporate that in their life to stay safe?
See, if you see today, we don't keep too much valuables at home. We try to keep it in lockers. We try to create our own safety infrastructure at our premises. But if there is a robbery attempt in the premises and a robber doesn't find what he is looking for, eventually it becomes a life-threatening event for the people who are staying inside, because the robber is going to remove his frustration on them. So we have to understand today, break-in is of course a very important concern. But beyond break-in, it is also important about how we are going to secure ourselves inside that premises, when we are present and when we are not present.
And we as citizens of this country are very curious to know, what are the sort of cases you've been coming across when it comes to security demands, and how has that changed since this pandemic?
Today, people are looking at this whole concept of security beyond, I would say, intrusion or any kind of unwanted entry in the premises. They are looking at security from an angle of, in case of emergency, we need some support in terms of providing response. It can be anything. But they are looking for a support system which can help them to address the problem at a given point of time. So that is the biggest shift what we are seeing in this current scenario where we are going through a pandemic kind of situation.
Okay, and my last question to you would be, what are the must-follow rules as per you for the common man to secure their home and, thus protect themselves and their family?
Few of the rules which was very beautifully laid down by Mr. Jain and Mr. Shah, I think that is a must. You need to have a right kind of door, you need to have a right kind of lock, you need to have a right kind of process, explanation to your kid. In a given scenario, we believe that if you have a good security system installed at your place, which covers all this element and connected to a monitoring station, which provides you a response services, I think this will help you to enhance your security than what you're currently in.
Thank you, Mr. Subramaniam, for sharing your insights. The rules are not difficult at all, especially when it comes to keeping us and our families protected. So now, moving on, it's time now to open the floor for some questions that we have received from our audience through social media. And the first question is from Astha Saxena, and she writes, my grandmother stays alone, and when we all go to work, although we lock the doors, we are constantly in fear for her safety. So, what can we do about this? Any one of you can take this question. This is a very valid concern for many of us. How do we protect the older generation who are actually living on their own?
Very simple. When elderly people are there at home, we have a what you call an emergency panic button, which is given to them. In case of any emergency, uneasy, they don't have to open the door or answer anyone. They have to just use that emergency button, and we provide a response to them. And this is one of the key, I would say, one of the largest population of our existing customer base, where people are staying alone, elderly people who are staying alone, and they wanted emergency. It can be any emergency. It can be they are scared of somebody knocking the door. It can be any medical, or if they are panicking, it can be any sort of emergency, to provide a response for that. So this is one of the solutions which is available in the market today.
Okay. And now the second question is from Ashutosh Thakur. He writes, I feel the basic lock and latch solution is not safe enough. So how should I determine how much protection is good enough?
So I'll take this question. Yeah. I'll take this question. I think what we could do, as I said, for the last 1 year we've been doing it, is that we could arrange for a visit by our expert technician to assess the current locking arrangement at the main door of the concerned premises that Mr. Ashutosh is referring to, and help them understand whether that is adequate or not. And in case it requires an upgrade, what kind of an upgrade is most, I think, appropriate for the kind of we don't just have to look at the size of the flat or the type of the flat or whether it's an independent house. We have to also figure out what are the number of people who stay there, how many times is the door opened, who all are the people who come in and go during the course of the day, apart from the people who live in the house. So once we understand all of that, I think we should be in a position to assess the requirements of the house and upgrade the existing security arrangements to a far superior and most appropriate security solution.
Okay. Thank you, Shyam. Now, the third question we have received is from Vijay Tomar. He writes, my profession makes me travel all the time, but since COVID, it has stopped for a while and I got to spend too much time at home, which has made me realize the importance of keeping our home safe and secure. So there's so much information available on the internet. So where do I start from?
From his perspective, what he is looking at it, when he is traveling quite frequently, and when he talks about security, he need to have a security which is responsive and which is also very solid.
Yeah. Okay.
I would just like to add to this, Radhika, if I can, because it's related to the internet and being online all the time. मैं यही बोलना चाहूंगी कि कई बार हम बहुत चीजें पढ़ लेते हैं, but जो बेसिक चीजें होती हैं वो नहीं करते हैं, जैसे कि घर में ताला लगाएं, डबल डोर लगाएं, एक अच्छी क्वालिटी का लॉक लगाएं. अपने, I think you shouldn't be panicking any time of your life, especially with kids and elderly. There should be, given the confidence and assurance that you are safe and this is your place, and panicking is no solution to anything, like he said, and training your kids and elderly, giving them, what you should be doing, giving them a little training, what you should be doing if you are alone at home or if you have some kind of a situation. So I think that's what you should be doing. Basic cheezein, just check them and do them. And of course, there is an information overload on the internet. So just take what you need.
Thanks, Avantika. Now, next question is from Ramesh. Indian homes, at least the older ones, are not designed to be children safe. So what measures can be taken?
Well, I think it is important that people who design homes actually take cognizance of this point. Like I said, our effort has been to reach out to the key influencer community of architects and interior designers, and especially those who are associated with new residential projects, to really incorporate this critical aspect of a home insofar as the security and safety is concerned at the stage when they're designing the overall, I think, structure and also the flats. So it's important that we really start from the time when we are designing the house, and I think it's for for the community of architects, interior designers, and property developers to really take notice of this concern, and I'm sure over a period of time we can collaborate with each other and make sure that our future, both for the newer generations, is more secure.
So the last question is from Arju Pava. She writes, I love my house when I step out, but the recent rate of robberies have left me worried. What more can I do?
I think she should not panic at all. I think, like Avantika rightly mentioned, if one has any fear or any doubt about the current safety arrangements that we want to take stock of and be at peace while we are leaving the house, I think it is important that we just get the audit of the current safety done with as I said, with some trained technicians, and we've been running this program for the last 1 year, since November of last year, the home safety assessment. We'll be more than happy to help and kind of allay all fears that she may be currently having after she locks her house and goes out from her house.
Yeah. Well, thank you, gentlemen, and Avantika for joining us today on our show, Making Home Safety a Priority, a Godrej Locks and First Post initiative. Well, this was great. I'm sure this was enlightening discussion for one and all, and opened up a lot of avenues to think about when it comes to your protection and home safety. Thank you to all our panelists who provided such valuable and fact-rich points to us, and to all the attendees and the insightful questions and enthusiastic participation. Don't forget to stay safe and ensure the safety of your home. 15th of November is Home Safety Day, and we at First Post and Godrej Locks wish nothing but your safety here. Thank you for watching.